I know that in this room, and for those listening from afar, there are souls exhausted from trying to be strong. There are unspoken cries. There are why questions where the answer seems to be the silence of heaven. Perhaps you're wrestling with the weight of past regrets, yearning for a clean slate, or feeling a deep ache for restoration in your relationship with God. It's easy to feel utterly alone in these moments, convinced that your mistakes are too great to overcome, or that true purity of heart is beyond your reach. But I want us to discover a liberating truth together. God doesn't demand a happy song when our hearts are broken. He hands us a hymn book, and within it are the very notes of lament. He offers a safe space for your raw, unedited emotions, even those tinged with guilt or deep shame. We won't shy away from these difficult feelings. Instead, we will learn to transform our very sighs into a prayer, a genuine melody before the Lord. My heart goes out to all who are silently hurting. You are not forgotten, and your pain is acknowledged. Now, having acknowledged the initial dissonant notes of our pain, let's explore how the Psalms, specifically Psalm 51, give voice to our deepest yearning for cleansing and restoration in our relationship with God. Have you ever felt the profound conviction of a mistake, longing to be made right again? This psalm, famously penned by King David after his great sin, is a raw, honest prayer of repentance and a fervent plea for mercy. It beautifully articulates the soul's desperate desire for inner renewal, a clean heart, and a steadfast spirit, reminding us that God's compassion is always available to those who humbly seek it. Unchanging Promise, Psalm 51, verse 10, NIV, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. This verse is a powerful prayer for divine transformation, assuring us that God desires to cleanse us and empower us to live faithfully. It highlights that true change comes from Him. Story of overcoming. Consider King David himself, whose story is inextricably linked with this psalm. Despite his profound sin, his sincere repentance, articulated in Psalm 51, led to God's forgiveness and restoration, demonstrating that even great failures can lead to deeper intimacy with God. Step of faith. When you feel the weight of past actions, pause and pray. Psalm 51:10, asking God to create a pure heart in you and renew your spirit, trusting in His merciful and transformative power. As we transition from the deeply personal plea for inner cleansing to the comforting embrace of divine protection, let's turn to Psalm 91, a magnificent anthem of God's unwavering shield over our lives. If Psalm 51 offers the path to spiritual cleansing, Psalm 91 provides the reassuring melody of His personal presence and sanctuary amidst all of life's external dangers. Have you ever yearned for a secure dwelling, a place where you are absolutely safe from life's perils, a haven from unseen dangers and overwhelming anxieties? This psalm promises just that, a dwelling place under the Almighty's shadow, a fortress against every threat, seen and unseen. It speaks directly to our intrinsic need for safety and peace in a world that often feels precarious and full of hidden traps. Even as we journey toward purity, unchanging promise. Psalm 91, verse 4, NIV, He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. This beautiful imagery assures us of God's tender and formidable protection. Like a mother bird sheltering her young, God provides a secure refuge, a place where no harm can ultimately reach those who dwell in Him. Story of overcoming. Think of the countless individuals who have faced global pandemics, natural disasters, or immense personal dangers. They found strength not in their own might, but in clinging to the promises of Psalm 91. Believing in God's steadfast watch over them, they experienced peace amidst chaos, knowing they were held securely in His hands. Even when the world around them crumbled. Step of faith. When you feel overwhelmed by fear or danger, take a moment to visualize God covering you with His wings and declare Psalm 91, verse 4 aloud as a personal prayer for protection and peace, trusting in His unfailing presence. Having explored both the profound desire for inner cleansing in Psalm 51 and the secure embrace of His protection in Psalm 91, we now transition from the initial notes of fear and personal brokenness to a powerful crescendo of unwavering trust and confident assurance. The journey through these Psalms isn't about denying our past mistakes or pretending external dangers don't exist. Instead, it's about channeling those realities into a profound dialogue with our Creator, allowing His truth and His proven faithfulness to retune our hearts. It's realizing that because God offers both forgiveness and protection, we can approach Him with confidence, anticipating His full restoration and celebrating His unfailing love for us. Perhaps you've begun to feel a subtle shift in your spirit, a growing whisper of courage where there was once only apprehension. Unchanging promise. Psalm 51 verse 12. Niv, restore to me the joy of your salvation and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. This verse highlights God's desire not just to forgive, but to restore our joy and empower us with a spirit willing to obey. It speaks to a holistic renewal story of overcoming. Consider Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times. Despite his profound failure, Jesus restored him, and Peter went on to become a pillar of the early church, filled with a willing spirit. His story perfectly embodies the restoration of joy and purpose after repentance. Step of faith today. If you've lost joy due to past failures or current struggles, pray Psalm 51 verse 12, asking God to restore the joy of His salvation and grant you a spirit willing to follow Him anew. We have journeyed together through the initial dissonant notes of pain and personal brokenness, found grace and cleansing through Psalm 51, sought refuge under the protective wings of Psalm 91, and moved towards a steadfast declaration of trust and joyful assurance. This journey through the Psalms is a testament to God's willingness to meet us exactly where we are, transforming our fragmented melodies into a powerful symphony of healing and hope. You have embraced the freedom of forgiveness, understood the depth of His protection, and found a pathway to renewed strength and purpose. Declaration of hope. No matter what the melody of my life may be, I still believe you are the conductor. Even if I cannot see the light, I still believe you are my song. Lord, you are my strength, and you are my song. I invite you to come to the Lord, allowing Him to reharmonize your soul and grant you His profound peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. May you find renewed strength, abiding peace, and a fresh song of hope that rises above every circumstance, knowing that He delights in a humble and contrite heart, and His protection is always near.